Yes. Jason Up New Age Revolution down here in the cave. Day 11. Day 11. I am currently on my second day in Universal Studios. Probably have lost 75% of my mind at this point. Yes. Day 2, Universal Studios, 2 crazy kids, their mother, probably 75% gone at this point. Yeah. So wish me well. Wish me well. All right, day 11, Christmas in the 80s. Here we go. By the way, there's not going to be any wardrobe changes for these pre-taped episodes. No, indeed. This is it. This is. I'm not changing. I'm not going to put on a new shirt to give you the allure, the illusion. All right. Day 11. Let's take a look at some of the classic 80s plushies. Right? Plushies. Why? Because they're going away. I think the majority of them are going away. And as I'm looking at them, I'm like, which ones am I going to put away? I mean, I've got a Rainbow Bright over there. I've got some of those fur skins. I've got, some Care Bear. What am I going to put away? Well, I think I'm going to put them in a basket. I think I'm going to put the smaller ones in a basket and maybe put some of the bigger ones on the couch, because we will have a bigger couch down here, and just kind of set them there. And then when I want to lay down on the couch and watch a movie, just put them on the floor, kind of like throw pillows. It's no big deal, but some of it's going to go away. I mean, I need that shelf to be gone. I need the plushie shelf to be gone. I'm going to need probably 2 shelves to disappear. Anyway, okay, so let's look at some of the classics, some of the must-have or visually iconic, stuffy, plushy, stuffed animal images of the 80s. And first, and I'm not going to show you any Cabbage Patch dolls. I've already done that. The real first image of stuffed animal type toys, doll type toys of the 80s for me would be a Cabbage Patch doll, but this one's pretty darn close to a Cabbage Patch doll. This is your Pound Puppy. Was huge, Pound Puppies, yes, of course, had a cartoon. They had spin-off lines. They had I forget what they're called. Were they called like Purr Kitties? They weren't Pound Kitties, I don't think. But they had kitties. They had little kittens. They had Pound Puppy puppies. They had Pound Puppy babies. And then, of course, your full-size Pound Puppy. I loved these, of course. And what was it back then with plushies? I mean, what was our deal? Because even at a slightly older age, like I was still okay getting a stuffed animal. And Liam, my goodness, Liam's bed really isn't a bed. It's kind of a adoption center for stuffed animals. So Liam is very, very much still into stuffed animals. In fact, we do a World Wildlife Fund, purchase every year that ends up running me $120 because we adopt 2 stuffed animals from the WWF. Yeah. Anyway, Pound Puppies. Pound Puppies got the classic, Pound Puppy tag. I forget, were these, what are they, Tonka? Did Tonka do the Pound Puppies? Right? I like to think so. But these are great looking stuffed animals. Pound Puppies. He's not going anywhere. Pound Puppy, you're not packing away a Pound Puppy. Pound Puppy's sitting on the couch. Let's see, what do we got here? Oh yeah, we got a My Buddy, right? My Buddy. Now, again, I'm a little older when My Buddy comes out. I think it's like 86. I'm not going to strip them to find the tag. And usually the tag is like right on the shirt or whatever. But I'm going to say 86 on My Buddy. And I was 10. And when I saw the My Buddy commercials, I was like, yeah, I got to have one. I never had one. I never had a My Buddy until now, until about, I don't know. Why am I looking at the doll? When did I get you? Oh, okay, Chucky. 5 years ago or so, toy show, I think, brought the My Buddy home. This is not the My Buddy that we all remember. This is the blonde-haired variant of My Buddy. I always remembered the brown hair or the black-haired My Buddy. In fact, I'm not entirely satisfied with the blonde-haired My Buddy. I'm not upgrading to the brown hair. We're good. That's it for My Buddy. And of course, you know, I'm holding this thing, and what are you thinking? I mean, what are you thinking the whole time? You're thinking, you know, watching this thing stab me in the neck. This is such a Chucky. You know, it's not even funny that you know, Child's Play, I'm not going to say ripped off My Buddy, but obviously came up with the concept of My Buddy right down to the overalls. You know, this should say Good Guys if it was, you know, this is you know, My Buddy is Chucky. Yeah, again, I don't know what it was with us. Maybe some of you were, you know, saying I was 10 and what do I want a My Buddy for? I don't know why I did. I mean, I had a Cabbage Patch at probably 9 years old. And I guess looking at my kid, it's not that unusual. He's got the stuffed animals too. So My Buddy is your classic 80s stuffed toy. And the commercials, the My Buddy commercials, were great. You know, My Buddy and me. You know, pretty much this kid carrying around this doll outside, talking to him and having, you know, potentially psychotic conversations with, you know, whatever was happening in that kid's brain or whatever paranormal poltergeisty thing was happening. Next on Unsolved Mysteries of the 80s. They also had Kid Sister. My Buddy and Kid Sister, it was called. I assume you know that Kid Sister was the girl variant of My Buddy. All right, what else we got? We got this little, you know, to me, no 80s collection is complete without some representation of the Gremlins. And this is kind of like an off-brand. I mean, I think it's like, this is from a company called Applause Inc. So I don't know what the deal was back then. Like, could anybody make, you know, little Gremlin figures? I don't know. This is Gremlins 2 when Gizmo wore the Rambo headband. Now, this was the children's mother's toy, and she donated it to the museum. So I'm not even sure if this is like an official Gremlin product. It doesn't say Gremlins anywhere on the tag. It just says Applause Inc., the toy company Applause. And weirdly enough, it's got a 1990 tag on it. So that's very strange. Oh, it does say Gizmo at the bottom there. I don't know, 1990? Gizmo Part 2 with the Rambo headband? 1990? That's weird to me. But anyway, you got to have some kind of Gremlins in your collection. And we got some Gizmo. This, all right, so this didn't come with the button. I put the button on there. This was a gifted to the channel a while ago, a Kmart Santa Claus button. But I just attached it to the Popple. I'll try to take it off so that I can show you. Popples. Popples to me are an underrated toy, underrated stuffed animal, and an underrated cartoon. The Popples cartoon was a thing. Very short-lived, one season, but it was a thing. So Popples, Popples are just these things. And what do? Well, they tuck in to a ball, kind of. Let me see how to well, no, I think I think Popples are supposed to do more than that. Oh, okay, I went the wrong way. Sorry, I went the wrong way. Okay, here we go. Now we're turning, there we go. Okay, there you go. There's your Popple, and I don't know, can you even, no, you don't, I don't think you're supposed to tuck the head in. So there's your Popple in bouncy ball format. And then when you want to love your Popple and hug your Popple, you pull them out of their foreskin, and and you've got your Popple. Okay, so I was actually going the opposite way. I was stuffing their head. That's not how you do a Popple. You do a reverse pull. Okay, there you go. There's your Popple. I do want to get my hands on the cartoon one day. This was a grail at one point. Not a holy grail, but a grail. It was a must-have item for this collection, and I got it for my birthday or Christmas 4 or 5 years ago. You had to have it. It was just one of those things that had to be in the room. A Popple had to be in the room. Also, having to be in the room was a Teddy Ruxpin, right? I did not have this as a kid, but my sisters did. My sisters had a Teddy Ruxpin, and you know, honestly, it is not. It's so the concept is pretty cool, right? It's an awesome looking teddy bear that has a massive cassette player in the back, and you are supposed to pop a tape in like so, and there's no play button, but it says play on the back there. See that play with an arrow? So I think like you put in the tape and maybe it plays automatically. I don't know. It's got the little volume. Wait, hang on. Okay, it's got the little volume control thing here, but I don't remember like how you would play it. Right? It's got batteries. Let's see if there's any rotting batteries in here. There's not, and the battery compartment seems relatively clean, so I might be able to actually put some, you know, $20 D-cell batteries in there and see if I can get this thing to work. Put the cover back on, but yeah, I don't remember how it plays. I don't remember how Teddy Ruxpin plays. Maybe it just, again, automatically plays when you put the tape in and close the door. Maybe. All right. So, Teddy Ruxpin. Now, the problem, I think, with Teddy Ruxpin, again, is, you know, the hauntings and the terrified children that, you know, could you imagine, like, I don't know, the toy just kind of shifting itself on the shelf and it, like, triggers the talk feature, and like, you know, some 7-year-old is sleeping and all of a sudden they wake up and Teddy Ruxpin is talking. Like, that's life-changing. That changes lives right there. The other thing with this is it's just not cozy, right? You got this big, bulky tape player in the back. So you can't really cuddle Teddy Ruxpin and sleep with Teddy Ruxpin because you're going to bang your head on this. You're going to hurt yourself. It's basically a giant cassette player, right? With just like some fur. But Teddy Ruxpin had the cartoon, had the books, had the, you know, you could read along. It's great. Teddy Ruxpin, great. Teddy Ruxpin had to have friends, of course. And one of Teddy Ruxpin's friends was Grubby, right? So here's a gigantic Grubby. Now, again, this Grubby, if you, and you know what, it did move, like its legs moved. And unfortunately, when this thing was like turned off, the leg was crooked here. So this leg is in like this permanent, like awful position unless I like put batteries in it and try to get his leg to move, which I could do because again the battery compartment is clean. There's no acid in there, so I could probably throw some batteries in this and see what happens. I think there's probably like some kind of knob broken there. I don't know if that was like, I assume that was the twisty power knob. So I don't even know if I could get this thing to work. But yeah, his leg is like permanently busted right there because it's like frozen. Yeah, I don't want to mess with it, but it's like frozen in time because it died there as his legs were moving and got stuck. But Grubby, ladies and gentlemen, even more uncomfortable than Teddy Ruxpin. There's nothing soft. The only soft part of Grubby is the back of its head. Its head is hard. The body is rock hard. Like, you can't cuddle Grubby. Like, what were they thinking? You know, he just kind of sits there. All right, and then looks like the final little display for you is probably one of the most expensive stuffed animals there is right now. I'm not really in the stuffed animal market anymore, but a My Pet Monster, complete with both handcuffs. So now I have one handcuff, right? And they're little Velcro cuffs, and another one was attached to this chain. And the idea is you're supposed to be able to cuff your My Pet Monster so that he doesn't kill you, right? Because he's a monster. A complete, good shape, both handcuffs, My Pet Monster was fetching like $150, $200 at one point. I got an incomplete My Pet Monster for $100. Right. Why? I don't know. I don't know why My Pet Monster is so expensive, but here you go. To me, again, if you're a true 80s toy collector, you need one. You need to throw the dough at a My Pet Monster. Am I on the hunt for the other pair? No, I'm not. I'm okay, because you know how much this handcuffed is going to be? $60. You know, $60 for a handcuff. So I'm good. My Pet Monster doesn't need to be, you know, restricted and confined. He's fine. So he'll sit here on the shelf. So I think all the stuff here will probably, you know, have to be kept out to some degree. Maybe not the Grubby. I don't know, because the Grubby just doesn't look good, and its leg is busted, and I don't know. So the Grubby might get packed away, but you know, we're gonna, you know, I wanted to show you these because they're gonna go away. All right, so that's day 11, and we'll see you literally from the same position for day 12 in a day. Good night now.